Hey guys, we'll get started here just in a moment. Welcome to the sound design stream. Excited to be back here. Today we're actually going to be working on some technical sound design things today. Excited to be back. I'll probably go over a couple things really quickly, just to kind of share some news about specifically the Unreal Marketplace and you know what that has kind of turned into, and I'll kind of show a little bit and we'll kind of go through it together because I haven't really done too much in it, but I did like download one project just to see how it worked. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, and yeah, just give me about a minute here and we'll get started. Just gotta check my Twitch stream real quick to make sure everything's all good. Okay, let's go and get started here. All right, so again, welcome to the stream. Kind of doing two different things today. The first thing's kind of short, but I wanted to go over the change into the Unreal Marketplace to Fab. I wanted to kind of go over that just because I personally used to, and actually still to this day, use many free Unreal Marketplace assets to help me with more audio programming and technical sound design. And of course, I've streamed many different projects that have been used by that. So I wanted to kind of showcase and share kind of how that looks like now. Fab is a separate, as I know it right now, it is a separate website that it can take you to. And actually, we'll show you how it looks like on Unreal just so you know exactly how that's going to work now. Switching over to the video here. Right now, you see that the launcher is up here, Epic Games Launcher. You know, we have everything's normal besides this tab here. This tab is now called, well, ironically, earlier this morning, I'm not sure if it happened this morning, but earlier this morning, actually just used the Unreal Marketplace, but then it would immediately shoot you to Fab. But yeah, so yeah, okay, so it's still like that. So now it's labeled Fab. But now it will take you to a new marketplace by Epic Games with all digital content creators, a single destination to discover, share, buy, and sell digital assets. And so if you click on this link, you'll go to this website, which is www.fab.com. Sorry. And just like the marketplace, this is pretty much now where Unreal will have all its different assets, environments, audios, all this stuff all in one place. The cool thing that I have noticed though is that supposedly you can also get assets for your Unity projects as well, which is pretty cool. So if you wanted to, if there's anything in Unity that was compatible in the Fab store, you could download it for Unity. So that's pretty convenient actually. And right here, we're in a big old banner right here. One thing I would recommend grabbing is all the Quinzel mega scans for free. Go and claim that. I would. I think I actually have most of them, but I did claim it. Also, we'll kind of jump into a couple things. There's like a nice little feature section here. And you can see that they have some environments and killer cells, which is Kit Bash 3D. But if you look right here, there's featured content is free content. So it looks like the Fab website will have some free stuff. Actually, I'm not taking a look into this yet. I might have all these might be the same things that were free in the free marketplace um tab before, so I'm excited to kind of see it here. I don't. I think the Paris one was available, but I actually don't remember this. I don't remember the rocket thrusters. I actually might grab that real quick. Oh no, I do own this item, so yeah, so I do have it. And I guess I can kind of transition to this here, and it's actually personal. So, um, yeah, it should be my library. Yep, and look, so everything that we have in our library in the vault in the Unreal launcher. So if I go to my library for Unreal and I scroll down here, and my it's now called the library, but it used to be called the Vault. But in your library, you actually have all the assets that you've ever downloaded from the marketplace. And the same thing with Fab. So anything that I've ever downloaded is still here. Everything is still here. So which is really good. And like this project right here, I recently downloaded from the Fab website, and I actually have to open up. I'll show you about that later. But yeah, you can see that if I scroll down just a little bit, it should be right here, Unreal Learning Kit, Rube. So yeah, that's pretty exciting with that there. But yeah, it's good to see that they still have free content, and also what's nice is that you can literally choose between Unreal Engine, Unity, or even Unreal Editor for Fortnite, and you can get assets. This is actually interesting. I've never explored this part before, but yeah, this allows you to use assets within Unreal Engine with Fortnite, I guess. I've never worked on that, so I should maybe give it a try sometime. And right here, this is where you can also find the free content. I don't know if I have this. Now, it looks like here, oh, I do own it. Do I really? Do I really just own everything? Okay, well, it looks like I own that too, so never mind. I was like, oh, I should grab that too, but maybe I don't. It does look like though that you need to like choose like what kind of license you have and everything like that. I'm just gonna. I feel like I don't actually have this, so I'm gonna go ahead and just download that just in case. And that should pop up in my Unreal launcher if I'm not mistaken. There's a nice little refresh button up here, so I'm just gonna take that, refresh it, and what is it called? Fantasy characters. I might have it already. Let's see. Yep, right here. Fantasy very okay. So, yep, and so it's right there. I can, if I ever want to use it, I can use it. Um, yeah. So it's so really cool with this here. I don't know if there's like a. Oh, well, let's see. Like and there's a nice section for all the tutorials for animation samples and all this stuff. Yes, actually, and like I said, I already downloaded this one here because I wanted to check it out. Ooh, this is a good one for. I might need to. I'm gonna add it to my library. I'm gonna download that. There you go. Okay. But yeah, there's some good fun tutorials that you can download. Um, this one and it tells you what supported version it is, of course, and it tells you like what like the tags that's related to it. Yeah, I'm of course shopping now. Because I will say that like I do like they have how they have like a tutorial section that like points it out. I feel like I don't want to say that, but I feel like it wasn't as easy to find some of this stuff before, and maybe this might also be new stuff. So yeah, okay, it was published literally yesterday, so that's when they put it out, and it shows you exactly all the versions that they support. So yeah, I'm gonna download that one too. I downloaded that one as well. I've been looking for some things to do after the paper golf project, of course, but I'm gonna download that. an audio driven gameplay. I should, of course, download that to see, to check that out. A lot of good little things to kind of have in my back pocket here. And the good thing is about this is that I can always come back to this tab and take a look and remind myself of the things I might want to do, or that I already even downloaded before. Like, yeah, some of these things, spatial audio template, temple, I've done before too. The Sun Temple, some of the blueprint tutorials. So yeah, that's really nice with that part. Um, what I was gonna say is I noticed that there maybe I'm gonna kind of keep scrolling. Like I said, I haven't really explored everything of this yet. So, and actually, there is a free contents tab still, which is nice. But there's also, of course, animation, smart assets, tools and plugins, which is nice as well. Take a look at the free assets. I look at the free assets so much because that's what I've been using to learn Unreal more and also practice my technical sound design a lot. So trust me when I say I'm not a cheap person, but I do like to use things like resources to my disposal so that I can properly practice, my craft, if that makes sense. So I definitely recommend to take a look at the free content because a lot of it can be very useful. I'm going to see if you can filter any. Yeah, you can. So let's say, oh, no, those are formats. Oh, they're up here. Yeah, of course. So if you go up here, I could say, well, what if I just want free environments? Nice little alien cave, a windy house, a warehouse. Yeah, this is very nice. It may not be inside of the launcher anymore, but the website's really nice and really intuitive. And also being able to use things in Unity as well helps a lot of Unity folks out. And that actually might help me out too, because I like to have, occasionally do some Unity stuff as well. So I wanted to take a look at the project that I downloaded. Oh, I own this already? Okay. I keep seeing things that I'm like, oh, I really should utilize that because I own it. I know I just downloaded that a couple streams ago. The Kinney free game assets are here. If you're not familiar with that, I should add that now because actually I think this used to only be an Unreal thing. I might be wrong about that though. I could be totally wrong about that, but I thought it was only a Unity thing for a bit. Cyberpunk, Industries, Assetville. Actually, might be nice to download. And of course, you can publish your own things as well. If you make any assets or anything like that. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I just wanted to kind of just take a look at it with my take a look at it myself and everybody else. Looks like they also have music and sounds and stuff like that. I won't really be using probably any of this, but just in case people are looking for any like default stuff like that, and yeah. Now I'm just like exploring everything. But yeah, let's go and take a look at one of the projects I opened up and downloaded from the store. I don't know if this is a new tutorial project, but I just saw this one on Fab and I was like, oh, I've never done that one before, or even opened it up. So I'll take a look at this. And actually, let me go to the page and open it up. I'm actually not 100% sure exactly what it is. Oh, it's a gold brick machine. So I guess like a ball goes down it and everything like that. But teaches you for this project is designed to teach new users the basics of Unreal Engine in an engaging and memorable way. It utilizes the concept of a rude gold brick machine, a concept made up of a series of connected components that work together to perform a simple task. It creates a learning experience that is engaging, memorable, and fostering a playful and creative approach to emphasizing experimentation and problem solving. As a user through the project, they will learn many transferable skills such as how to move, scale, rotate objects, and how to navigate with the 3D world. These skills are paramount to a career of virtual production, video game design, architecture simulations, production design, fashion, animation, yeah, etc. By playing the built-in features such as the chaos fracture system, physics system, Nigra, uh, I'm sorry, not Nigra, meta sounds, modeling tools, and materials users will walk away with assets that they can use outside of the project and outside of this project and outside of Unreal Engine. Yep. Cool. I don't know if it actually plays or anything. There might be a. Actually, is there like a instruction? Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so the course is right here. So you can there's a link to the course, and you can literally go through the course. I might do this sometime. This seems fun. I don't know if it actually plays or anything. I think it might just be that yeah. Oh, you can. Can I select the levels from here? No, I can't. Hold up. Let's see if there's a temp level. I'm just trying to see if there's like a either way. Okay, no, it's fine. It's not. You have to actually do the tutorial, which is fine. We might do that some later someday. But what I need to do here is I do need to open up the paper golf project. We're going to get started on that there. I did have to. Oh gosh, I don't remember which one is which. Double check here. Nope, right one. Okay, open this one up. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to showcase the paper golf project. I got some help with this, so I'm kind of excited to switch over to that here. I'm gonna go to close up the other project real quick as I'm opening that one up. Yeah, overall I'm pretty excited about the Fab website. I'm glad that they kept a lot of features in the marketplace. Who knows if it's gonna stay or not, but still, it's really exciting to see that stuff and to see that there's still a great way to get free marketplace items. Hope that stays. Again, I think it's very helpful to have some free assets in the store by these big engine companies, just so that we always have things to help us learn more about the engine and help us experiment as well. So yeah, I'm glad to kind of see that happening with that. And also, it's very exciting to be able to have stuff for Unity as well that we could use from Unreal too. And maybe I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to be speculating. Maybe they're trying to make one big website for all the engines. Right now, it's just for Unity, so it's not like Godot or anything like that. Okay, it's opening up the project here to kind of start transitioning to the paper golf project. Today I'll be kind of going over the basic system we kind of created to trigger the UI sound effect and how I kind of link that to meta sounds. I'm gonna try my best to explain it the best I can. I had some huge help from my buddy Justin in the home dev game team project. He's actually the lead for this project, but he helped me out tremendously, kind of navigating the blueprints and figuring out what variables I can actually properly call for the UI bar and connect it to meta sounds. I actually learned some new things as well, so I'm really excited to kind of explain it the best I can. And like I said, these streams are meant for me to really help me practice, but also help share with other people what I've learned through my practicing of Unreal and everything. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you. And we'll kind of go over some things I was wrong about and some things that we ended up discovering. And again, like he helped me a lot, just to kind of discover what was the best things to do here. So yeah, give it a moment here. Okay. All right, so let's go to jump into this here. So, yep, this is the paper golf project that I've been collaborating with for a bit here, and I'm going to kind of showcase some of the things that I figured out here, and also with the help of Justin, we were able to kind of get along and helped and moving here. I'm going to open some of this stuff up so I can prepare for it. And so, first thing first, is this something that I actually need to open? Yes, I do. Okay. Right. So to explain, what we tried to do before is that we went over here to um the widget blueprint of the golf, and then from there we went over to the graphs, and from the graphs we started. I think originally what I was looking at was looking at the. Oh, is this the right one? Looks different. Oh gosh, I hope a lot of things haven't changed since I've been in this. One. It's this one. Okay. So yeah, actually, we'll go into that here. So originally, I was on this widget blueprint thinking that this was the right place to get it from, because there was the power meter get and all this stuff. But then I realized very quickly that this was actually not the right location. And again, thanks to Justin, he was the one that kind of helped me realize that. So I was like, okay, so we need to figure out what the right location is, because I really need to see that data for the meta sound, so the meta sounds can transfer that over and we can use it. All right, so we actually went over here. Oh, yep, this is definitely it. Okay, so yeah, where I actually needed to go at here was this event graph, which is the power accuracy blueprint here, and this is, I believe, the. I wish it would actually tell me the. Oh, did I just make a new event graph? I did. I straight up did. Yeah. So this is actually a new event that I created in this graph. This is actually, oh, this is the event graph just for the power accuracy. It's not a separate function that we did. And what we did though is that within this function, I'm sorry, within this blueprint here, I created a new event called UI meter time audio. Pretty much, this is just an event that says that, hey, when that event starts, and if it is true, if the meter is active, which if it's true, we move on, and let's say, is it the UI, is the UI bar value moving up and down? And we say, all right, so, oh, I'm sorry, whoop, back up. If the branch is true that the UI meter is active, we say, okay, great. Well, we want to get that UI bar value, which is going to be that's the input object that we're using, and we said, is that valid? And we say, if it's valid, great. Make it a float parameter, send it to a meter value, and then make it in a float do the current power meter value. Pretty much is saying that this give it the correct number for that value. If it's not valid, start the meter audio, and then set the float parameter properly, right? So pretty much it's just, this is just saying that if the UI bar value audio component is not valid, it's going to start that power meter audio in the meta sounds, and it's going to also set that float parameter for the variable that we created. This is something new I've never known. I've never created a variable that was an audio component. Now that might not be true, but I just did not recall that, and I never use it in this way, if that makes sense. Usually, if I ever do this, I'm calling back to something, to an existent audio component that's in another like blueprint or something. But since we're using meta sounds, this is just saying like, okay, no, we want to convert this and use this variable as an audio component. And with this audio component, we want to say that, hey, we're going to set that float parameter so meta sounds can use those values and fluctuate, between pitches or whatever value that I'm using it for, right? So to go back here though, there was another bar that I needed to take a look at. Okay, yeah. So another thing that I also didn't really realize is that there was a separate function for the animation part of the progress bar. I think this should take me to it. It did a little bit. Cool. So pretty much this is where the animation of the progress bar happens. There's a branching path that says that if the game is paused or if it's false and it's not paused, then it's the next progression bar value happens, and et cetera, et cetera. It flips the direction. Pretty much this determines like is the progress bar active and does it need to go again. Now there was a separate graph that I need to find that actually determined when to start everything. And actually, just, I guess a quick note here. I don't think this is actually what I did. Sorry. No, one thing I gotta find here is there's one more thing I need to find for y'all to kind of show you how the meter is determining when to trigger, because that was another big part of this here. Actually, we did create this. This is literally just referencing the meta sounds, and it's creating that 2D that create 2D sound, and it is using the audio component reference for that, and then it's just playing the audio component for meta sounds, which is cool. That's fine. Okay, this was another important thing to do to here as well, because okay, so this is how it determines when we are trying to start the meter, when we set the power for the meter, and when we set the accuracy for the meter. So obviously, whenever we click to play, the 0 clicks will equal this just to start the meter, and then it uses this specific value to go back and say, okay, well they clicked another time, so this switch will now say, since you clicked once, you are now setting the power. This will actually, we added this part in that will actually stop the meter audio from playing again for that. And then once it restarts because of click number 2, it'll play the for set accuracy, but this will stop the meter audio. Pretty much why we had to add this is to ensure that as the meter bar was activating, whenever the player actually clicked once, it wouldn't keep playing the first iteration of the power meter, and then eventually would start overlapping with the accuracy, even though the meter was not actually moving anymore. We wanted to make sure that the sound and audio would only move when the UI meters were moving, pretty much. So that's why we added this section in here. You might be asking, okay, well, you did all this stuff. What am I planning to do today? What I actually need to do is, if we actually play through this, you're gonna see exactly what we need to do. I want to play it. Oh, are you sure? Let me take a look at those real quick. I don't work on this part of it here. Oh, these are debug keys. Okay, we're just gonna go and play. Like I said, most people work on this project, so I'm not really sure. I don't want to touch that stuff. Okay, so right now this is like basically the game. A little cinematic camera that goes around. Pretty cool. Okay. So right now we haven't clicked on anything. We're gonna go in play mode, and you probably won't be able to hear it, but there should be a meta sounds that is playing. Uh-oh. Is this gonna affect my thing today? Maybe it will. Hold up, Liz. Let me. This actually might affect the way that I play this today. Oh yeah, I can't skip it no more. That's okay. We can, if it doesn't work, we can always hear meta sounds through the the launcher. I'm actually gonna take a look at this there and see what it is because I can't see that message again. Actually, let me look at the logs. I'm gonna try this one more thing here, and then I'll just play it in the window if it doesn't play. Can I open this separately? I hope I'm not pressing the wrong keys. I thought it was with the mouse before though. My controller's not plugged in. I believe no, it's not. Okay. Okay. Other people in this project are working on. Totally fine. What I was gonna point out was if you can go over here and you can probably hear it just a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna simulate though. It is a little bit. Okay, yeah, it is. Wait, how loud is it for you guys? Oh gosh, hold up. I don't know if it is a little bit. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. I'm listening to my stream in the future. I mean, in the past. Okay, so it's not loud, but the desktop meter is picking it up pretty loud. It is kind of loud though. It is kind of high pitch as you can hear. That's the biggest thing that we're gonna have to work on here. Um, that is the part I don't know because right now I'm using. So oh, by the way, this is the meter value that if we go back here to the event graph, this is where the flow parameter is being set to the meter value and the variable of the audio component of the UI bar value is sending it to that float. So it's sending the float parameter to this meter value, which happens to be here in the meta sounds. And the input is the meter value, so now we can use that. Of course, though, because it's a float, it's pretty high. It's it's going between these pitches here, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to pitch that down because, again, we are right now we're dependent on whatever is the meter value that's a float that's already happening, right? Did it stop by itself, or is it because I was in something else? Also, can I see these warnings that it's talking about? I wonder if it has anything to do with the things I've been. I want to stop that just in case it was annoying. Okay, so yeah, so I'm trying to find a workaround to possibly adjust that. I don't even know if I can actually lower the pitch through this because I was like, well, maybe I can lower the pitch at like after the input goes to the sine wave, but not really. I'd have to be like, I don't know, maybe a wave player. No, it's not gonna work either. let's try this then. Maybe if I go from here and say, okay, I want to pitch. There's a delay pitch shift, but I don't want to delay it. Oh, I can. Oh, perfect. Hold up. Let's try this. Let's try this and see if this works. This is just a temporary workaround, but because the bar meter has its own thing going on, this might be a good workaround that we can do where we say, okay, well, I don't want that pitch to be that high. Can we do something different so it's not super crazy? I'm going to make the delayed length 0 so it doesn't delay that. And then I'm going to do, let's just say that I think this is in like the amount of semitones. Okay. So if we're at 0, let's say we do like negative, I don't know, 5. Okay. So low. Hold up. It's like by semitones though. Oh, you know what? I mean, I might be doing too much at once, right? Because that's like I'm skipping a bunch of numbers. So let's do like negative, I don't know, 0.5 and see if that's a little bit better. How about negative 0.9? I wonder if I go lower though, if it's gonna start. Yeah, I can already kind of hear some of the. We actually might need to add some glide to it, really. Still not really low. Hmm. This is the experimental part here because I'm wondering if I can. I'm just trying things out to see. Okay. I wanted to see if that affected anything. It affected a little bit. I think it actually slows down, which I don't know if that's going to affect. Again, since I can't test out the UI meter right now, I'm like trying to think. I know there's a way to. And if I think about it, is what I was going to do is that I was going to actually add another like thing to this to try to thicken up the sound, but it looks like it's actually not going to let me do that, is it? I'm going to have to make another delay pitch. Oop, I'm sorry about the popping there. Let's put it back up to 1. Ah, that's sweet. That's sweet. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. It didn't like that. That's because the frequency is that right now. See if we can do like this. Okay, no, the saw wave is not liking, not doesn't like to share. Is it delayed? By that. Let me just turn down my desktop volume so you guys don't have your ears blown out. I'm sorry. Why wouldn't it be following the meter value now, though? Hmm. I feel like I'm missing something of why that's doing what it's doing right now. What if I try to give it its own input? Maybe it can't share. No. Wait, I'm sorry. I apologize if you guys can hear that stuff outside. You see how now, right now, it's not even. It's not like going up and down like the other one is. I know it sounds dumb, but like when I do the sine wave, it's it really is it. I don't think it's because of the glide. Actually, because the solve wave doesn't really go in a circle. That's why it's snapping back every time. Like in this core, when we're talking about like wavetables and oscillation, technically a sine wave is like going in a circle. So it's always going to negative, back up to positive one number, back down to negative. And, you know, when I'm talking about values, right? I don't think a saw wave is going to really be able to work here. I was just trying different things. So let's try a different wave table here. Wait, can we just do this actually? No, I'm gonna pitch shift instead. Square is gonna be even worse, but where are the generators? Okay, so okay, I didn't expect to see that output though like that. I was hoping it was just gonna be here, and let's. Oh, they have some new things on here. I'm just curious what this is gonna do. Okay, nothing. Or at least I'm not doing it right, so that's okay. My plan was I was going to stack um, wave tables to possibly be able to like try to thicken up the sounds, but that might not be what we can do. And of course, a square is not going to work because that's literally up, down, up, down. Maybe we can add some glide to it, maybe. Actually, I don't even think it can go that high. Pretty much, okay. So the sine wave is going to be kind of the only thing that we can really use. The problem is that we need to have different pitches of sine waves to really make the sound work. So let's just going to try that. What if I do like a super low one, like down here? And we're gonna do like 3.3 here. I don't remember it being that fast though. I could be totally wrong. I gotta kind of figure out where the that value was at because I don't remember the value being that long, and I remember there was like a number that I was able to adjust to control how fast it was going. And I was kind of messing with it to see what would be the best thing to do. I don't think it was here. Oh, forgot where it was at. Give me a second. I'm gonna like scroll through these real quick and see if I can recall and remember. This is do reset. No. Was this one either? Okay, so I don't recall. Yeah, I looked through all of them. I don't recall. There should be a like a function in here that determines the UI speed of the meter. I think it's any of these here. This is actually a separate one. Okay, actually recalling now, I know what happened. It actually okay, so we used to use a different system that was using this instead of the event tick. And when we were using this, we were able to try to mess around with how much information was being sent through for that value of the meter value, and we were able to adjust how much, like, I guess how often the ticks were updating when it came to the value. Pretty much it would affect how much value and how much, I guess, smoothness we got back into meta sounds, and then how that meta sounds frequency hertz would translate as playable sound. And we were able to kind of just like adjust it and kind of see what worked better, what wasn't working well. But we eventually had to just stop because it would just freeze up the game too much. So we just ended up having to stop doing it. So now we're kind of just letting it loop, and this system is following the event tick system when it comes to the animation of the bar. So when the anime bar is active, you know, when it's active here, it says, okay, now we have to execute that as active. If it's value, if it's valid UI bar value that we can use, okay, great. Well, we can go ahead and start that power meter audio, and then we can use that float parameter that's already valid, and just go ahead and use it here. Um, the reason why I wanted to maybe possibly check it out is to see if I can get it slower. Truthfully honest with you, I don't know, since we can't really well, I'm gonna try to play one more time and see if we can. But because there's a couple of things that need to be fixed, looks like with the game, that are not in my department, unfortunately. Um, I'm gonna kind of wait and see what that goes in. Yeah, the problem with not being able to actually see it animated is see if it actually makes sense. If I be honest with you, this is not what I was imagining. When I was like, yeah, I want to add make this procedural, procedurally play for me. I was having more of an idea that the sound would be like woo, you know. It's going so quickly. Like, you see, actually, if you look right here, you see how the graphics are going ooh. Right now, I kind of feel like it's just playing like every time it gets to zero and not really anything else. You know what I mean? And I'm wondering if that's because of the value that I have it as. I'm going from a float, and then I'm translating it into hertz, because right now the hertz is only at 1.0, which really can't. Hmm. I wonder if that's why. So I'm thinking here. I just want to try. Nope. That string does definitely does not work. What if I had a slider instead? How does that look? Vertical, please. I also wish it would animate so I can kind of. I don't know. I think the animation bar would just be more of a cool kind of thing, not really a. Okay, maybe this is why. Right. Not actually. Visually changing it actually might maybe the reason why it's doing that, because okay, so let's say that the value of this starts at, okay, well, we actually had it at 1 before, right? But pretty much every time. Oh. Hold up. I think I might be processing why. I actually have to double check this here. Yep. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually glad that I changed the way this looked because it kind of gave me a hint a little bit here. Okay, so this value that's going into the base frequency of the oscillator, this is actually saying right now the UI meter value that's going up and down is just controlling the amount of oscillations that are occurring in a unit of time. I think I'm right by that. I hope I am. Base frequency of the oscillator in hertz. Yeah, the base frequency of the oscillator in hertz. Base frequency of oscillator in hertz. Apologize for the phone ringing again. Frequency is defined by the number of oscillations per second. Oh gosh, hold up. Because when I was thinking of frequency, I was thinking of pitch, right? Actually, we can actually just double check like by doing this. Really? No, I can't. Gosh, oh god, it's been a while. I'm gonna remember how I did this before. More so, how did I create it? Do I have to open? Well, I don't know if my computer's gonna be able to handle me open up the Lyra project at the same time. Maybe I can message somebody here. I want to see is this person online. He's not online. Actually, I could just message him. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Right now, I might be getting confused with something here, and I hope I'm not. Maybe I am because wait, hold up. Yeah, because right now the base frequency of oscillator in hertz. You know, right now my name is my name of this channel is beating me up because okay, hold up. Base frequency of oscillator in hertz. No, I think we're actually right here because this is supposed to control the pitch because the oscillator in a synth in a synth, what creates the pitch and the sound is the wave type of the oscillation. So we're using a sine wave. We're just feeding the value and frequency, and that frequency is causing the oscillator to modify its wave, which is modifying the pitch that is being produced. I think that the meter value that we are taking from here might just be too low then. And even like trying, and I can pitch shift it, but if I stop it and let's try 2. It's actually getting lower. Maybe because okay, is 0 like is like 0 too low? Hold up, actually. Ooh, we're on to something. I don't know why going negative is helping, but I gotta figure that part out actually probably later. Mm, -5 is. I'm gonna disconnect the other one real quick. Can I add a glissando effect maybe to this? And again, I know I'm cheating with that technically, but or I'm using phrases that are on synths that may not. Well, hold on. Let's see. Triggers. I'm just trying to figure out like, hmm, is this is this synth like? Am I doing something wrong where the synth is not following? No, it's doing nothing different. Pretty much, I want the sound of the synth to follow the value that's going up and down, similar to what has happening in the UI bar meter. Like the blue line will literally, does it emulate it here? Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it's just gonna play the game. But yeah, but pretty much the blue line goes up and down. So I'm trying to figure out why that we now that we have the value of it, why it's also not following that value that it's supposed to go up and down. I'm wondering if maybe the value that is here. Yeah, so like realistically, because the percentile is using a float as well from 0 to 1, if I'm speaking correctly, as I'm using a float here in my input from a meter value, it should also be going from meter to 1. It shouldn't be like decreasing in pitch. Actually, wonder if I can do this. Hold up, let's try this. I also think that maybe that I almost wonder if we have to convert this because the fact that I'm having to go in negative in pitch to make it lower kind of also speaks volumes on that a little bit. Because right now, if the value is 0 to 1, frequency wise, oh gosh, yeah. What is that? What does that convert to? Because frequency wise, you can go from actually hertz. Sorry, frequency hertz. 1 hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second. Hmm. Oh gosh. Hold up. Okay. Let me pulling up the charts. Okay. I think we need something separate that allows us to modify the pitch as well. Because right now, all this is doing is all we pretty much created was in a sense, we created an LFO. Because the value from the UI meter, we're now using that value as a frequency. This frequency is based off the oscillator. All it's doing is that it's just saying that we are just determining when the oscillator will trigger each cycle. That's all we're doing right now. But we need something that's going to say, okay, with that sine wave, which I'm trying to do right here. With that sine wave, I want you to not only pitch it down, but then I also want you to follow that pitch. I want to use that same value to also follow that pitch. Unfortunately, when we try to do that though and say, hey, well, can you also use that same value to adjust a pitch? It's way too high because the value right now is from 0 to 1. And to even get it to sound remotely decent, we're having to go down like to -20. Interesting. Because what I actually wanted to do is I wanted to glide. I wanted to literally, and even when we try to do this, I don't think it's going to allow us to be in. Well, it actually did. Hold on. I don't know what any of these types mean. Oh, it sounds a little different. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Actually, let me just do this. No. Okay. Yeah. So I think right now we're in the right ballpark here, and technically I could say, okay, let's make this one -10, and they should be the same pitch, just different octaves. Never mind. That is not true. It works by semitones, so maybe -15. No. And I bet you if the UI was working right now with this, it wouldn't even be like playing along with the UI bar like I wanted to. So that's something to kind of consider. Okay. I might have to dig into this then a little bit later and come back to this. But I just wanted to go in and try to do something with this. So I guess my original plan for this stream was originally I was wanted to thicken up the sound a little bit more so it's more audible. But right now we're actually not getting the motion that I really want out of this. I actually want the sound. I want the pitch to follow the value. So as the pitch goes up, it goes down, up and down, right? Like ooh, that's actually what I'm looking for, right? But I think maybe because of the way the value is, we might have to say, okay, 0 for the hertz is going to start at this pitch, and then from there we're going to just follow wherever it goes. Now, with that being said, in numbers, and especially numbers versus the hertz, this is where the problem might be happening too here. 0 to 1 in hertz land may not be that great when it comes to like the frequency hertz and pitch. If I'm saying that correctly, maybe that's the problem too. I don't know. But at the same time, though, I think the way that it's converted here is that it's not. I don't know. That's something I might have to look into. But right now, if I be honest, I think that the real issue here is that the meter value that we're getting from the power accuracy widget blueprint here, this value is going directly into the base frequency of the oscillator in hertz. In other words, we're just setting when the oscillator and the sound is just going. We're not actually setting the pitch of the sound, if that makes sense. And even at that, when we can finally modify the pitch, we can't actually use this meter value to control it. There has to be like a glissando or like a glide feature on here. Or I guess what we could do, another thing that we could probably do is to do a LFO. Actually, that's a good idea. We could do an LFO here and say, okay, from this LFO, I want you to control the pitch. And let's go negative because that's a trend. And now it's like super high though. Let's go like negative. I don't know. Like mm, mm, mm. Okay. Hmm. Think something here real quick. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. I was like, maybe if I put an LFO and say, okay, I want the LFO to control the pitch shift. That didn't really help there. Gosh, I'm trying to think of something else. Wait, there's some math things that we can do here. Hold up. Mm, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to try this again sometime here. I really thought that like maybe the LFO would have worked instead. I'll try one more time. Hold up. Like go like let's like go like that. I don't know, like down to negative 9,000 or something. It still squeaks. Positive maybe. And actually, technically, yeah, I think because is this a float? I don't think it is because of the way that the color of it. What if I do? Let me go down to max value maybe and see if that'll help. Just gonna put this back to 1. Okay, there it goes. Okay, I don't want to. I actually don't want it to go that high. So let's see. At most, like probably 1's good. Maybe even 200 here. Too close. Is max was max the low one? Let's figure out. Oh, I didn't put negative. That's why. Let's try to. I'm gonna see if the glide might help. Oh, hold 1 second here. We're getting a call. Okay, I apologize if I remember calling real quick. Okay, so what I was doing was I was trying to. I don't think the glide's gonna really help that much because what's happening here is that the pitch is following the oscillator, and the cross point before. I should really bring a picture of like a how linear oscillation looks like. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so like I'm thinking that as we're going between the frequencies here, the slowest point of the sound is going to be at the top here, but it's going to immediately go down fast. The time of it is going to go down fast. Pretty much we have to actually widen this wave to allow the level or that sound to travel slower right now, if that makes sense. Same thing in this situation we're talking about the LFO modifying the pitch of it, right? So we need it actually like slower. I guess we could actually adjust the frequency so it's a little bit slower maybe. But then that happens, yeah. Because it's just gonna play the sine wave wherever the. So right now, what's happening is that because we slowed the frequency of the oscillation, it's only playing the frequency whenever it's up here, and then when it finally gets that threshold, when it's below or in the negative, then it's playing that sound, which is in a lower octave. I don't know if that's gonna work. We're just gonna keep it there. Like we're just gonna go to keep that there. I want to keep wrap it up for today because I think it also help when I see the actual visuals with the UI again. I think again, since this is a team project, there's multiple people working on this project here, so I'm not really able to do anything regarding that right now. So we'll just come back to that. We'll go to commit our changes, and we'll go from there. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to do it real quick. Yep. Updated meta sounds. Update meta sound. Let's do meta sound and UI sound effect more audible. Also, pitch shifting to follow the value. I'm just having this off screen just so yeah. Go ahead and one thing I'm going to do real quick before I push those changes is I am going to disconnect this just for now, just in case somebody else fixes something in this game and the UI bar starts working. They don't hear a bunch of all this stuff. At least the LFO and the pitch shift there. So go ahead and save that again. Oh. Okay. All right, and we're just gonna end it there. Thank you guys for coming by and saying hi. If you did, I really appreciate it. Really cool things that I was able to kind of get done today. Excited to kind of showcase and share the things I was working on as well, and the paper golf project. I'm very excited about to see the future of the Unreal Marketplace with Fab, and I'm glad to see that there's some free assets. As somebody who taught themselves Unreal and implementation with audio, Unreal Marketplace and the free assets were a big lifesaver, and even the monthly ones were things that helped me really get as far as I am today. So I'm really thankful that once they changed that new marketplace, that the things and items are still free, so everybody can use them and utilize them. So yeah, so I think next time I might do some linear design within Reaper. I might come back to this project. Either one, we'll do either one there. We'll do this again hopefully on Thursday or even Saturday. But either way, thank you for coming by and saying hi. I appreciate it. Reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram if you have any audio questions, or just want to just say hi as an audio person. Love chatting with game developers, so feel free to reach out to me. I will eventually add my Blue Sky login. I have to figure out how to get it on my computer though. Oh, I have my computer right here. Cool. Well, I'll do that next time. I'll share with you my Blue Sky link, my Blue Sky profile. A lot of game audio folks are moving to that program, so if you haven't already made a Blue Sky account, feel free to make one. And I think it'd be really beneficial too. A lot of artists are moving there because of the whole new terms and conditions with Twitter, or X, I should say. But yeah, Blue Sky is another great platform. I like, or even Mastodon is another one. I need to really update my stream over card so I can have that stuff. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming by and saying hi. I know it's the third time me saying that, but this time I'll see you later. Bye.